Alright, so we're doing we're on the same worksheet, 9.1 trig problems, worksheet number 4. The last problem here is number 5, and it says Nick Walenda, a tightrope walker, did a stunt here in Chicago where he walked a tightrope between two buildings downtown. The rope stretched 454 feet. That was between two buildings about 430 feet apart. What is the angle of elevation? Now, there's a couple of things that they're assuming here, which we need to discuss. And we're going to start with just kind of understanding how to draw this. Now, I looked up this feet, and this is what it looked like. It was between two buildings that were kind of circular shape. And it was pretty much like this. His goal was to go from here across to the other side, and because it is a tight rope, as soon as you step onto the rope, it starts to go down, and when you get to the middle, this is what ends up happening. You pretty much end up with this triangle like this. There's a person right in the middle. He's holding a long pole to help him stabilize himself, and this is what's going on. All right, so we're gonna start putting some numbers down and explaining how they all work together. And the first thing we're gonna put is the distance. Now, they tell us the distance from one side of the building to the other side of the building is 430 feet. Okay. Now, they also tell us that the distance from the rope as it goes down and up, right? The rope is 454 feet. Okay. Now, we don't want to know too much information about the other angles. All I care about is the angle of elevation. Well, where is the angle of elevation? The angle of elevation is when he gets to the middle and he has to go up. Okay? So the angle of elevation is right here. This angle right here. So I'm going to zoom in here. So this is where the person is. He's on the bottom part here. He has his pole. He's on the rope, and he has to go from the lowest point here, and he has to go up. So this is our distance going up. Here's our angle of elevation. We need to know this information. Okay. Technically, we know everything we need to, but we need to label it. And we got to figure out how to put the numbers where they belong. Now, the distance across the whole, between the two buildings is 430 feet. But our person's in the middle, okay? So, because he's in the middle, we're going to do 430 divided by 2. And 430 divided by 2, that's 215 feet, okay? So that's the distance between right in the middle to where the edge of the building is, okay? Because he's pretty much halfway, so he has another 215 feet to go. 215 feet, okay? That's that distance. Now, I don't know the height, okay? I don't know it. But what I do know is that this rope is 454 feet. So if I'm in the middle, I pretty much walked half of the rope already. I got to go the other half going up. So I got to figure out what half of 454 is. So 454 divided by 2, that is 227 feet. All right. So that means that this distance is 227 feet. Okay. That's from here to here. Okay. Now, reminder, guys, you can pause this video at any time. You can email me questions. You can post them as a comment. Pause, rewind, in case you missed an explanation, you want to see it redone. You can always stop, pause, and rewind, okay? All right, so moving forward. Across the 90-degree angle is my hypotenuse. Across the theta, this is my opposite side. And next to my angle between the 90 and the angle, this is my adjacent side. Now, the only sides that I'm really interested in, meaning the ones I'm given, is the adjacent side and the hypotenuse side. You got to use your SOHCAHTOA to help you out. Okay? Remember, S stands for sine, C stands for cosine, T stands for tangent. The O stands for opposite, the H hypotenuse, the A adjacent, H hypotenuse, O opposite, A adjacent. So, which one has A and H? Not that one. Not that one. So A and H is cosine. AH, cosine. So we're going to go ahead and do the cosine of my angle is equal to, and then now I'm going to go ahead and write out this fraction. So the cosine of theta is A divided by H. A is my adjacent, which is 215 feet, divided by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is 227 feet. Okay. So, do you need to put the feet? Not really. Some people don't like to put the feet there because it confuses them. It's up to you. Now, if you're solving for theta, you got to solve for theta, meaning you got to get rid of cosine. The only way to get rid of a cosine is to do the cosine inverse. So you got to do the cosine inverse to both sides of your equal sign. So cosine inverse of cosine, that's going to cross out the cosine, which leaves me with theta equals, and then now I'm going to go ahead and do cosine inverse of this fraction. So I'm going to go ahead and write cosine inverse of 215 over 227. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and type that into my calculator. Now I like to use Desmos, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out Desmos here on my phone. So I'm going to go ahead and type in cosine inverse, and for that you need to press function, and then the second one in the middle, that's my cosine inverse. I'm going to go ahead and press 215 divided by 227, close parenthesis there. Alright, and then check the mode. You got to make sure you are in degree mode, make sure that's highlighted, and our answer is going to be 18.7. And because this is a angle, this is degree. Okay, remember, this is our angle of, you can always go back to the problem and reread it. This is about a person going up, right? So that's our angle of elevation. So this is my angle of elevation. All right. If you have any questions, guys, please email me, otorres27@cps.edu. Thank you.